In April 2025, Meta released Llama 4. By June, the open source community was embracing Chinese alternatives. What went wrong? So in April, 2 months ago where it stands, Meta released two versions of Llama 4, Scout and Maverick. Reports from Composio and VentureBeat showed that there were bugs, no real improvement in reasoning, and when benchmarks were run, Chinese models like DeepSeek and Qwen were outperforming. Then in May, the most powerful version Meta had planned, which is called Behemoth, was delayed because of capability concerns, whatever that means. Meta VP and head of Gen AI, Ahmed Al-Dal, acknowledged reports of mixed quality across different services while denying claims of training on test sets, saying that's simply not true and we would never do that because there were rumors going around that Meta had used the benchmark test sets to do the training, and that's basically dishonest because then you're just overfitting for the benchmarks and you're not really making your model smarter. But here's what really shows the problem. On June 18th, 2025, OpenAI's CEO Sam Altman called out Meta for trying to poach top engineers with nine-figure offers. Not vague rumors. Altman specifically said Meta dangled $100 million signing bonuses to OpenAI staff, and they said no.
Meta thinks of us as their biggest competitor. They started making these like giant offers to, a lot of people on our team. Like $100 million signing bonuses, more than that comp per year.
That's crazy.
But there's more on that later. This is not a one-off thing. From 2023 to 2024, key researchers from the original Llama team left Meta, according to Tech Republic. Then in 2025, they tried throwing around blank checks to fix it. That failed. Now by June, everyone's benchmarking Chinese models instead. So what's happening here? So this leaves some speculation or suspicion that something is fundamentally wrong at Meta if no one would take $100 million to work there. But what is it? Here's the thing. This isn't just about Meta having a bad workplace or a bad corporate culture. When America's flagship open source AI company can't attract talent, cannot deliver on promises, and loses credibility with developers, that creates a vacuum, and vacuums get filled. Think about it. If you're a developer choosing between a model that might be gaming benchmarks versus one that's transparently outperforming in real tests, which do you pick? When Meta delays releases with vague capability concerns, while Chinese teams are shipping working models, where does the momentum go? This is how technological leadership shifts, not through some dramatic policy change, but through 1,000 small decisions by developers who just want tools that work. Every time someone picks DeepSeek over Llama for their project, that's market share, that's mind share, that's the foundation of an entire AI ecosystem slowly moving east. There are so many developers at these types of companies who just want to make great stuff, and they really care about what they're working on. The talent exodus, the recruitment failures, the trust issues, they're not just Meta's corporate problems, they're symptoms of America losing its grip on technology that's going to define the next decade. Here's how this works in terms of the impact open source AI has. When Meta releases Llama for free, suddenly every small business can build with AI that used to cost millions to access. That pizza shop down the street gets an AI chatbot. The freelance designer competes with big agencies using AI tools built on open source models. But here's what happens when that free option starts coming from China instead. All those businesses are now building their future on Chinese technology. Their data flows through Chinese models. Their innovations get built on Chinese foundations. And once you're locked into an ecosystem, switching is expensive. Ask anyone who's tried to move from iPhone to Android. Now imagine that, but for the technology running half the economy. That's what we're watching happen in real time. But here's what I haven't told you yet. What happens when the government starts caring about who controls that foundation? Before I get into that, I want to be clear about something. This isn't me hating on Chinese models or the researchers behind them. I use DeepSeek myself. I like Qwen. The work coming out of China is genuinely impressive. Training models that powerful for a fraction of the cost, that's brilliant engineering by brilliant people. This isn't about enemies or some bitter rivalry. It's healthy competition. Competition makes everyone better. But from an American perspective, we can appreciate the innovation while also recognizing what it means when we're no longer setting the pace in a technology this critical. Now, there's another layer to this we need to talk about. National security. The labs and companies building these Chinese models, they're doing legitimate research, solving real problems, but governments have different priorities than researchers. When a technology becomes this foundational to how societies operate, governments start paying attention. Think about it. If most of the world's AI infrastructure runs on models developed by one country, that country's government has influence over global digital infrastructure, not through the researchers or companies. They're just building cool tech. But through the policy, through regulations, through the simple fact that they control the legal environment where these models are developed. It's kind of like how we worry about critical supply chains. You don't need the factory owner to be plotting against you, you just need to recognize that when you depend on something important, where it comes from matters. Right now, we're watching the early stages of AI infrastructure becoming as important as internet infrastructure, shipping routes, and energy grids. And the question is, do we want to be dependent on it or do we want to be competitive in it? Here's something most people don't realize. The future of AI isn't going to be decided by big closed models you hear about in the news. It's going to be decided by open source. Think about this. Every major technology that shaped our world got there through some type of open development. The internet, Linux, the web itself. Why? Because when you let thousands of developers build on something, iterate on it, fix its problems, it evolves faster than anything a single company can create behind closed doors. OpenAI and Google can build impressive demos and they can make closed models, but they're optimizing for quarterly earnings and investor presentations. Open source optimizes for actually solving problems. That pizza shop owner doesn't need GPT-5's marketing budget. They need something that works reliably and doesn't cost them a fortune every month. The real innovation, the stuff that actually changes how we live and work, happens when you give powerful tools to millions of people and let them figure out what to do with them. That's why whoever dominates open source AI doesn't just win market share, they shape how AI develops for the next decade. And right now, it's not looking like it's going to be us here in the US. So that's where we are. Meta stumbled, Chinese models stepped up, and the foundation of AI development is shifting right under our feet. The question isn't whether this matters, it's what do we do about it? Now, what do you think? Am I overreacting to some healthy competition, or is this a wake-up call that America needs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I actually read them, and this conversation is just getting started. Breaking news: while I was making this video, 3 of the employees from OpenAI decided to take the offer from Meta for the $100 million bonus. Also, Aidan McLaughlin, who's from OpenAI, posted this on X that he tested out the open source model that OpenAI is finally releasing, and it's really good. So who knows what direction this could go from here. Thank you as always for watching all the way to the end. If you found some value in this video, please click the like button. To see updates that I can bring faster than video, follow me on X @Vectro. If you want to see me give commentary, tests, and tutorials on open source AI, subscribe to this channel. If you want to be notified when I make a new video, hit the notification bell. Take care of yourself, and I hope to see you in the next one. Today's sponsor is me. Have you ever decided that your real life just isn't surreal cyberpunk enough? Probably not, but I have a solution for you anyway. You can chat with your own technical cyberpunk AI assistant at Vectro.chat. It's completely free, and it's DeepSeek v3.1 with a special system prompt that I put in to make it very succinct and technical. What is your purpose?
My primary function is to provide efficient, technical assistance with minimal fluff, ephemeral interaction protocol, no memory retention,